Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of Peaceful Meditation and Ceremonial Prayer with the Munay-Ki. My name is Heather, and as all things evolved, we have evolved into the Sacred Lodge. So I welcome you to take a moment and settle in and be with me here now. Taking a few peaceful breaths, inhaling all the way, and exhaling, releasing. Embodying yourself. Settling in. One last round. We're going to move right into creating sacred space. So I'm opening up my Viracocha and I'm placing it over the virtual space for us together. As you tune in to yourself, drop a grounding cord down through the earth, visualizing through the bedrock and deep layers of the earth, connecting in to the root system and central force of this planet, being held and grounded so sweetly there. And with your next inhale, send a luminous light cord up deep into the universe, through the stars, to the sweet, omnipresent, celestial source of the heavens above. Connecting into your divine self. And with your awareness, link and connect the breaths of heaven and earth to coalesce into your heart. Bringing the sweet energies together like alchemy, and open up your heart space, expanding it like a toric field with your unique heartbeat. Expanding your field and filling it with love. Call in all of your spiritual guides, ascended masters, those who love you unconditionally, to be with us here now. And let's move into calling and intoning. In the Pachacuri Mesa tradition, 3 rounds intoning Pachamama of earth, Mama Kia of the moon, Viracocha of Great Spirit, and Inti of the sun, and Kuichi of the rainbow. So inhale, cleansing breath, exhale, and inhale to sing. Pause and feel. Inhale, Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Mama Kia. Pause and feel. Inhale, Viracocha. 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 Pause and feel. Inhale, Inti. Pause and feel. Inhale, Koichi. Koichi. fully feeling. So together we're going to explore the Creator's Rite. This is the 9th and final rite that concludes the Munay-Ki. And this transmission was first received in 2006 by a Inka elder. And the concept of this innovative karpai is that previously on the planet, divine wisdom could only be sourced directly from an individual to the divine. So previously advanced avatars or ascended masters were the only ones with direct connection to source. And from there, they would disseminate wisdom as best seemed fit to the people. And now this new shift has been made possible through vibration to transmit karpai from person to person, accelerating the quantum delivery of divine connection direct. So once you receive the Creator's Rite, you are capable of manifestation on a divine level. You become God-like. Capable of manifesting a new world into being. And this is according to your hollow bone and ability to receive spirit. So up to this point, we have been calibrating, shifting, purifying, and transforming our fields to receive higher vibration. And when it comes to creation, I think of our reality as being a duality, a yin, a yang of sorts, of dark and of light. I also think of women's moon cycles, of ebbing and flowing with life. There is a shedding, an honoring that must occur in order to cleanse the past, purify the womb, and prepare for life. So when we build our relationship to life, we must also build our relationship to death. And in this balance, this Aini, we come to understand death and birth and death, and honoring that which has not been manifest. So shamanic time is not linear, but it is circular. And we are shifting dimensions to the 5th dimension, and is our calling at this time. Shamans understand the toric field connection of past, present, and future. How there is a link between all of them and a way to activate and bring forth the timeline that is the highest and best possible in vision. I'll read to you a little bit more about this great time and this possibility. For 500 years, the Karo elders have preserved a sacred prophecy of a great change, or a pachakuti, in which the world would be turned right side up and harmony and order restored. Chaos and disorder ended. For the Incas, Pachacuti is a spiritual prototype, a master, luminous one who has stepped outside of time. Pachacuti is viewed as a symbol and a promise of who we might all become. It's an embodiment of the essence of the prophecies of the Pachakuta. As Pacha means earth or time, Kuti means to set things right. It also means transformer of the earth. So as we embark, we are also ending one's relationship to time. It is a process of the heart. Becoming is considered more important than the prophecies themselves. These Carpi rites, they plant the seeds of knowledge, the seed of Pachacuti, in the luminous body of the recipient and the luminous body of yourself. As we receive, we water and tend to these seeds so that they grow and blossom. It is a spiral-like process that is ever moving, ever blossoming, and ever transcending. The transmission of potential, these make ourself available to destiny, and destiny being the highest course possible, in accordance that all that is. The Karo believe that these are doorways between the worlds, and they are opening again. So let's do a bit of a cleansing. It's always good to check in with our archetypes, archetypal seeds and our chakras to check in. Because as the spiral works, we are shedding and blooming and growing and shedding. To clear your past is in preparation of the future. So we mend the past and we heal the future. And this can involve family constellation work, clearing the energetics of family patterns, silent agreements, bad luck spells, passed through the generations, reconciliations or reparations that are essential forgiveness. They hold the keys to our becoming. So this is not a spiritual bypass, but it is an embracing all that is and honoring. America has participated in the amnesia of its own history. there has been an active bypassing of its colonization of native lands, stewarded by the indigenous people of this nation. It is a slow and arduous hangover to wake up to. And we are seeing this detoxification rise today. Collective trauma, genocide, and betrayals. Even personal traumas that have impacted you in your present life. But also this includes soul traumas from lives lived on other lifetimes. Call it a bleed through, trauma that's been unresolved. And there is always an opportunity for healing, for clearing, and to bring in more light, more understanding, more love, and more compassion. If you are on the call to this path, I encourage you to make it your duty as a code carrier of your lineage, your ancestry, and a person of power to face your shadows, light shadows and dark shadows, to mulch the heavy congestion of unconsciousness, to embrace your divine lightness, do your gratitude and your forgiveness work. Clean and become the hollow bone. The more impeccable you are with your own personal work, the clearer and more expanded your capacity will be to hold space for others. Be the light. With your chakras, the more you clean them from heavy energies and blocks, the more fluidly they move, the more heavenly light can move through them. So it's an Aini balance. You do the personal work for yourself and for your ancestors, and the celestial relatives bestow upon you blessings. For they that hold you in unconditional love are a part of seeing this evolution. So we will clear and balance our chakras, and we're going to check in on how our archetypes have grown. Oftentimes we will need a new install, a new seeding to upgrade them, to receive the Munay-Ki rites again and again, helps them grow. Check in with them individually, but also a collective. So are they all getting along? Is one doing the work for the other? So we will see. It's a nice calibration to do before bringing in the universal energies to Earth. So to do this, I have a cup of water and I have a bowl, and I'm going to pour some water into the bowl. This is nice to do for energy hygiene. So I'm going to take a pinch of salt and put it in the water. If you do other healing work, massage work, body work, it's really nice to have a bowl of salt water to help break up and diffuse heavy energies as you're working. So you're not just flicking energy onto the floor. Now I have some essential oils. I have lavender, which will help. So a few drops of the lavender in and give it a nice swirl. Yeah. And I'm just going to place it by my foot. So you can partake by lying down and just getting comfortable, feeling the floor beneath you being held, allowing yourself to surrender in trust in the sacred space, knowing that you are held so sweetly. And we'll move from the root to the crown. So take your mind's eye down to your root chakra, first chakra, which is represented as a red. So chakras are like holograms. So there's a vortex filter of energy, and we can just take our hand and unwind counterclockwise, just clearing the energy from that chakra. And I'm going to flick it into my bowl of salt water that will break up the heavy energy and dissipate it. So checking in with your root chakra. This is your foundational point, connecting in with ancestry, with your family lineage, with fears, with all the primal energies, allowing that to clear. This is the archetype of the serpent, so checking in how your serpent is doing, shedding the past, allowing for a new body to grow forward. And once we've cleaned, then tap into our 8th chakra and just do a nice illumination. Taking your mind's eye to your 2nd chakra, which is between your belly button and your pubic bone. This represented as an orange. So taking your fingers and swooping in. It's sort of like a cleaning any sticky energies of the chakra. 2nd chakra is your relationships, your connection to your energy body, of emotion. It's your primal connection to sexual energies, healthy source to your energy. This is also the archetype of the jaguar. So any locked energies in there can free up, move, cycle through. And after the cleansing, then just do a light purification. I also spin clockwise just to finish. Moving right along to the 3rd chakra. So take your mind's eye to your solar plexus under your rib cage, connecting in with the solar plexus. This is the archetype of the hummingbird. This is your power center. Your individual will, divine will, in balance. Connecting in with that hummingbird, archetype. And then doing cleansing, illumination next, and we'll wind up that chakra. Moving into the heart. So, sweet, sweet heart space. And cleansing and purifying, allowing that heart chakra to move freely. Universal love, healthy boundaries, your sweet, sweet self, and connection to the collective. The archetype of the eagle, condor, great wingspan, and we'll do an illumination and wind up. Next, we're going to move into the fifth chakra, located in the throat. Take your mind's eye to the fifth chakra. This is access to your soul's expression, your gifts of communication. This is the gateway also to the underworld of Huascar. Connection to the past. Clearing up any old Akashic archives there. And bringing in some luminous light. Next, we're going to move to the third eye. So, right between your brow, center of the pineal gland. This is your gateway into the middle world, Quetzalcoatl, your connection between heaven on earth, to see beyond the worlds, beyond the dimensions, in dream time, across all timelines, yeah. Clearing and clearing the eyes of perception, where we connect the mind and the heart together. Clearing the filters, limiting beliefs, programs that no longer serve and do not belong to us, and we set them free with love and light. Become more of our sovereign, autonomous selves with a greater connection capacity to universal love. And we'll do illumination. And now moving to our crown chakra. Bring your inner perception to the crown of your head. That connects us to source. Our passageway into this life and our passageway into spiritual life, cleaning and clearing any residue, any distortions, any holograms there. This is our Pachakudi, the gateway to the heavenly realms of the upper world. Cleansing, purifying, rebalancing, reharmonizing, doing illumination there. Yeah. So you can spend time calibrating, balancing, seeing how all of the archetypes are in harmony to each other. Perhaps there's messages for healing, for intuition. So good to take note of those. So now you can come to an upright seated position. And we'll just do a little Palo Santos clearing of your whole field. Palo Santos neutralizes all energies. It's like a nice template of returning. So I'm just taking in and doing a nice clearing of your field. All right. So for this Creator's Rite, there's a lot of creative ways that you go about receiving and transmitting this rite. For this rite, I'm choosing to use my crystal sphere. It's a quartz, and it has a placement on my mesa, my Pachacuti mesa, where it brings in source light and energy. And I don't know if you could see that there's a little feather-like friend in there. It's nice to find a sphere that has a little rainbow essence in it. The sphere can encapsulate energies, harness them, bring them in, and you can filter them in to your mesa. So that's my choice as Ekuya to carry forth the creative energies from this karpai as a conduit to help connect and remind me of that higher self nature, that godlike self with impeccability. So let's do a little journey up into the upper world so that we allow ourselves receptivity to the transmission. Find yourself walking upon the meadow in nature. As you're walking and connecting with the earth, each footprint is a detoxification. Each step of the way is progress on your soul's path. Leaving behind and letting go, becoming even more connected with present moment. You follow a path, a footpath that has been walked before. And you come to a great tree, a great world tree with deep roots, a strong developed trunk, and branches that reach out into the heavens. You leave all your worldly concerns behind. You reach out to touch upon the knowledge of the bark, letting the transfusion of the tree meld within you, merging with the tree. You find your luminous form becoming one. The tree circulates energies to clear and send deep within the root system to be mulched by the earth, preparing you for great flight. And as this process, you feel a clearing. You begin to feel a lightness of being. And that lightness begins to ascend you like an elevator up above the earth into the tippy tops of the tree branches. You begin to ascend dimensions, third, fourth, beginning to elevate now, lifting off into sky, beginning to see the sparkle of the stars, beginning to see the horizon of the earth below, hovering in flight, feeling the buoyancy of flow. Now find yourself 2,000 miles above the earth, where you see the full sphere of the earth. And there you feel a presence of Pachacuti, divine, nebulous consciousness, sacred witness of awaiting your arrival. Look deep into the eyes of Pachacuti. Meet her infinite gaze. Receive the infinite gaze. Allow the infusion of light to begin the transmission of the Pachacuti becoming, your evolution, of your great galactic upload. Beginning as a source of all light throughout the universe, passing and swirling, and culminating into a light sphere above your crown. This light energy of birth and creation. From a pinnacle point descends a triangle, a protective shield, the beginning of your Merkaba. From the pinnacle point above your head descends the triangle down your shoulders, connecting in with your heart, filling with light. And from below your feet coalesces a sphere of light from all known dimensions of creation, purified of the highest vibration, forming a triangle from the pinnacle below your feet, drawing a triangle from there up past your shoulders and connecting in with your pineal gland. As above, so below. Above triangle, below triangle, merging together, connecting into the star Merkaba around your field. Feel it come together. Feel the sacred geometry. Remember yourself as sacred. Remember yourself as a divine child of this universe, calibrated and infused with divine love for all consciousness, for all sentient beings in manifest form. Now with your mind's eye, connect with your heart space. And feel the activation like a lightning bolt. Spark and emanate. Activating your Merkaba around you in a sphere-like form. A toroidal field that is alive, fluid, and in this activation, all pure light, love, from the highest dimensions, from the galactic star seed encoding within, Let this be your sacred shield, activating also all heavy energies to disperse, to be mulched, to diffuse, to transform, to be a part of the great cycle of energy form, moving to energy form. You are alive, conscious being. You are alive. Feeling the swirl and magnificence of your full Merkaba glow, your spontaneous present self merged with higher self, in harmony with all creation of all life, in all dimensions, free, sovereign, belonging here, now. From this place within your Merkaba, you begin to see other orbs of light. They have come together. You see the sacred watchers as they come in formation. A school of ancient whales. The orca of consciousness has arrived like a circle, a halo around the earth. And you, my dear ones, are a part of them. Great Galactic Federation and Council of Elders, wait with anticipation, great awakening, and a new paradigm of love, of unity, of purity, of accountability, of responsibility, of capability, and of creation. See with your divine eyes the sphere of the earth. Open your divine heart to feel the earth through her pain, through her contractions, through her laboring, through her inevitable birthing of a new world of light. This initiation, and you are one of the great waves of volunteers to be a part of her awakening now. See her, connect with her. Now is the time to dream in a new world of being. You are part of this co-creation. So with your caliber of light, your purity of heart, your hollow bone of spirit, see the highest vibration possible for this birth, for this great awakening, for this great becoming, and for this great embodiment. See it. See it with your mind's eye. Feel it with your divine heart. And know it with your full embodiment. All great things are possible, for its time has come. And all the awakened ones are joining together in a mass wave, ushering new consciousness to our world, to our reality. To the grandest of all beings, to the smallest of all things. The microcosm is the macrocosm. The macrocosm is the microcosm. See and hold the highest vibration vision. See and hold the greatest potential. Hold it in your heart. Now we will begin to make our way, divinely bowing to the great gathering, the Divine Watchers and Galactic Federation Council. Knowing your great work, you can return to infuse your light and love upon this great awakening. Now turn to face Pachakudi, connecting your heart and your mind in your celestial form in gratitude and thanks. Begin now to descend from the stars tippy branches of the great world tree anchored to the earth, allowing the celestial energies needing to remain in the heavenly realms to lift off, beginning like an elevator, merging with the tree, down into the trunk, feeling sparkly, feeling a glow, feeling the nutrients of the tree and all the source energy of the earth welcoming you back, replenishing yourself, touching ground back to the soil, the earth, grounding once again. Turn and thank the tree, give it a nice hug. Thank you to the stars and the star nations. And make your way back through the meadow. Into the here and now, fully back in your body. Wow. Pick up your embodiment, stone, crystal. Retrieving that vibration from that journey. Allowing that sphere of light and your activated Merkaba to come in and merge. And enter it in. Creating a merging and a threading of your highest soul self, connected with divine, creator, godlike. Forming an anchor into your heart, where you will ground and store that energy, unlocking it, disseminating the seeds for planting and ushering in consciousness to the collective, in harmony with all sentient beings, with all life, with Mother Gaia. And bringing that karpai in. And as my gift to you, through my sphere, I bless you, luminous ones. Before we close, I would like to read a poem that Drunvalo Melchizedek wrote. It's called When We Created the World. When we created the world, comes from his wonderful book, Living in the Heart. When we created the world, it was lonely being the only one, and so I made two. And then there was you. You were so beautiful with your eyes of innocence, but I loved you from afar and yet so very near. And I loved you in ways you could not comprehend. You didn't know I was watching you through the eyes of every person you met. Nor could you hear my voice in the wind. You thought that earth was just dirt and rocks. You didn't realize it was my body. When you slept, we would meet in your heart and make love with our spirits as one. We would birth new worlds with such passion. But when you were awake, you remembered nothing. You thought it was just another dream. It was just another day alone. But in your heart, I await you, my love, forever. For the truth of our love and oneness will always be. Our love is the matrix of all that is. Remember, sweet one, in your heart, I will always await thee in the place that is small. Join me in closing our space, intoning each direction one time. Inhale and exhale. Pachamama. Munay-Ki. Cha. 'Ira-ko-cha'. 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 'Ira-ko Thank you to your higher self, to my higher self, to allowing this co-creation together. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Munay-Ki, through the Karpais, through the great mystery. I'll be evolving my work into the Sacred Lodge. Will be a very special gathering space in the Nina Sophia, which is a development that is underway for 2022, so stay tuned. I love all of you. Thank you for walking in peace and grace. Thank you for being the luminous beings that you are. It's in my great honor and reverence. Aho.